As I was analyzing and thinking this week, I thought in almost every situation we're involved in, our efforts are aimed at getting a response. Excuse me. Maybe trying to get somebody to purchase something, watch something, to hire someone, or to do something. Whatever we're selling, so to speak, is trying to get a result of some sort. Think of Apple or Chick-fil-A or even TED Talks, let's say. They're trying to sell you, convince you that this idea, this concept, this way of life, this food is good and that it's something you want to have. All of these things have been very successful. And do you know why? Because they're garnished in love to some degree. I know that seems like Apple does not love you, believe me. But in a way, they do. It's a derivative of love because truth and love are the answer. But our truth has to be garnished with love. So the same is true of self. If Apple is being loving to you because they're going, my client doesn't like when this happens, and so we're going to have this person available to them to help them through that. Or if you go in Chick-fil-A, their paper towels come out good, their hand soap comes out well, they're kind, they're courteous. And TED Talks are always interesting and informative, and they're careful to hit the topics that you want. All that is a derivative of love. It's saying this is a need you have, and we want to meet it for you. That is like I said, it's a derivative of love. I realize that most of these things are motivated by money, and I understand that. But kindness and courtesy and wanting to be good at and effective at what you're doing is really a derivative of love. And that is what gets results. That's what makes things happen. And so the same thing is true of self. Let's say you want to change a mindset or behavior. Change takes action. Did you hear that? Let me say it one more time. Change takes action. It never just happens. It doesn't. It's change your mind and change your behavior. So you got to change your mindset to change your behavior. So you've got to focus on those things. So what am I believing that is not true? And why is it not true? And how do I replace it with the truth? So, say you're the lie you're believing is that using drugs is going to make you feel better. But at the end of using drugs, you're left lonely, empty, and desperate. That's the truth. I've been there many, many, many times. And sometimes the high and the thrill and the fun of the chase keeps you from feeling those things. But there always comes a time when, bam, it's all gone and there's nothing you can do. And that alone, empty, desperate crap comes creeping in on you. Or say anger, this one, I can make them do that. I'll tell her she better this and this and that, or road rage or any kind of thing like that. It's like anger doesn't make anybody do anything. It is not effective. The Word of God tells us that forgiveness is required. And when you've forgiven somebody, it's easy to be kind and compassionate and attentive to what they're feeling. Or another lie you might be believing is that attending church means I have a close relationship with God. Lots of people in church believe that. But relationship is about communication and about connection. And you can go to church all your life and not spend time communicating with God and not connect with Him on the level He wants to connect with you. And so then that is not the truth. And if you want to change any of those behaviors or any behavior in your life, then you've got to find out what the lie is, replace it with the truth, and do that with kindness and love. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Go, this is silly. Why are you still doing this? Stop using drugs. They're not going to ever make you feel better, or whatever it is you're dealing with. When we love people well, including ourselves, that makes them want to give back. So if I'm kind to myself, then I say, oh, I should do this for Texas. She's nice to me, so I'm going to be nice to her. I mean, it seems silly, but it really is the truth. So this week, when you run into circumstances where you're trying to get results from somebody or yourself, or anyone else for that matter, remember that love and truth are the two things that get results. Have a great week. It works. Because you don't get where you're going unless you continue. I've been clean for 11 years. Wow. You can do it. It'll make a difference.